Hi, I'm Jen England with 412 Food Rescue, and you are watching That Adventure Guy.
Nailed it. Hello and welcome everybody. It's That Adventure Guy with a new day, a new adventure. Today we are in Millville. More specifically, we're at the Millville Food and Energy Hub. Now this is a food rescue place. They take food that is on its way to go to the trash, perfectly good food, nothing wrong with it, and donate it to local food banks and charities. And I figured, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, followed up by the Day of Giving, what better way to celebrate it than, see if we can help out a little bit. So, thanks for joining me. Let's go do this adventure. Oh, I can already smell it. It smells great in here. It smells really good. All right, I'm gonna go find the people we need to talk to, and let's go do this. Okay, we are here with Jen, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about 412 Food Rescue.
Yeah, so 412 Food Rescue bridges the fact that we waste 40% of the food that we produce in this country, while 1 in 6 people go hungry, right? That's crazy that those two things can exist in the same place. What we do is we work with businesses and we rescue their food that would otherwise go to waste, but is still perfectly good. I mean, it's really good food, right?
And I'm just going to start and say it does smell absolutely amazing in here right now.
Yeah, clearly they were cooking turkey today. So, we got whole turkeys, right? And so what we do is we take that food that's donated and we deliver it to people who are to organizations that are working with people who are food insecure or facing food insecurity. And so we get all sorts of stuff. We have been around since 2015. We've rescued about 34 million pounds of food.
That's crazy. That is an insane number.
I know. We rescue about 5 million pounds a year. The majority of the food is actually rescued by volunteers. And what they'll do is they'll go to their Giant Eagle that's down the street. They'll pick up what they have that day and they'll take it to an organization in the community that's working with people in need.
So it's something that somebody like me or anybody that's watching this can actually help, right?
Absolutely. So we actually have an app. We developed an app. It's the 412 Food Rescue app, and it makes it super easy to volunteer. So think of it like a rideshare program, like an Uber or DoorDash or something like that, right? Except that the food is the passenger that needs a ride, and you, as the volunteer, are the driver that's going to go pick up that food and take it to where it's going.
That is such a great idea.
And it's so easy. You can volunteer in 30 minutes to an hour, and you're done, and you can do it.
And is there a requirement? How often do I have to volunteer, or is it I can just do it once?
Whenever you want. You can do it once, and if you don't like it, you don't have to do it again.
I expect you guys down there that are watching us to be volunteering for
Download the app. It is so easy to do. There's most likely a rescue near you.
Now, if they don't have a license, is there anything else that they can do to help?
Yeah, actually, we have our Good Food Project, and our Good Food Project is a great place for people to come that maybe either don't want to rescue food driving it somewhere, or don't have, that's just not interesting to them, right? But maybe they want to cook, right? Yeah. I love to cook. So for me, that'd be a great way to volunteer.
Too. Cleaning dishes, not so much, but cooking, yeah.
I'm good news. If you come here, you can cook and not have to do so many dishes.
No, sign me up.
So what happens is we sometimes get more of one thing than we can find a home for.
Okay.
Right? Or we get things that are really big and they're not great for taking to, let's say, a housing site where there might be 30, 40 families that need food, but they're not able to say, cut up a turkey on site, right? Or cut up a huge chunk of beef, right? So that food comes here to Millville, to the Good Food Project.
And you're going to show us around here in just a minute.
I am going to show you around, yeah. And so then what our volunteers do is they work with our great staff here, and they turn that food into meals. And that meal is then packaged into individual trays. And so it will then be delivered to one of our partners to give to people. So they don't have to cut down the turkey. We do it for them. We cook it. That's what you're smelling here today.
It does smell so good.
And then it's also an advantage for some of those places that might have seniors or working families that might not have time to cook. They get actually a fresh, healthy made meal. They're super delicious. We follow the sort of the My Plate meal of the protein and the veg and the starch.
Nice. Yeah,
so it's a balanced meal. It's better than fast food. And
it smells better for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, our chefs here do some really amazing things with food. And then those meals are delivered, and people can, if they are, live at one of those sites or are partnered with one of those sites, they can access those meals that way. But for our volunteers, they could come in and potentially work in the kitchen here as well.
Oh, well, let's go take a look around.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So over here is our kitchen.
All right, here you got the Good Food Project 412 Food Rescue.
Yep. And you just missed it. We had a bunch of volunteers in here earlier who were busy. That's what you smell, is making that turkey. I see what looks like potatoes chopped up over there, maybe for mashed potatoes to go with some turkey and gravy. That sounds delicious to me.
Yeah, I can see it right there. Looks like
yep. And, the kitchen's not very big, but it is big enough to handle our volunteers, and we are able to make up to about 1,200 meals a week.
Oh,
here.
wow.
So 40,000 meals a year, potentially.
That's incredible. We're going to take a quick little tour of this kitchen they have here. Now, this is separated into two different halves. It looks like this half over here is part of a catering company, but this is what we're going to be looking at over here. You can see a huge commercial grade oven and stove there. You got, looks like some food being cooked up in there. Oh, wow, this keeps on going back here. I didn't realize there was even more.
This is that awful dishwashing you were talking about. That's all that happens back here.
You will not see me volunteering back here.
So it's just that little area, though, that produces all those meals.
So right here is where they cook up. How many meals a week?
We can do 1,200.
1,200 meals a week can be cooked up in this little kitchen right here. That's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep on going, guys.
If we go downstairs, I can show you where we package them and where some of the other magic.
Let's go check it out.
All right. Okay, so now we're downstairs here in New Sun Rising in the Old Millville Moose, and I can hear lots of volunteers in the kitchen. So we're just gonna duck into here where
kind of surprise them a little bit.
Are busy making meals. You can see them plating up over there. They're taking the food that they cooked upstairs. They're putting it in those trays.
It smells so good here.
I know. And then they will put a wrapping on top of those, and then they'll freeze them so they will last a nice long time for our recipients.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Smells delicious in here.
I know. Now I smell like maybe cinnamon,
Yep.
cinnamon apples.
Cinnamon and brown sugar.
Cinnamon and brown sugar, delicious.
Oh, it smells so good.
And what's in the trays?
Soup, actually. It's broccoli, potato, and cheese soup.
Sounds delicious.
And pineapple with brown sugar and cinnamon.
All right, that sounds delicious.
Here we made turkey. What are you guys
You made
doing?
turkey and sweet potatoes. We could smell that upstairs. It smelled so good.
And
This
can I
is-
just point out this machine that she's using back here?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is kind of cool. She is.
Nick is that adventure guy. Okay. He does videos for YouTube and so if you see us.
All right, now we have extra pineapples, Miss Amber. Good. Now they're full of seeds. So what do I do?
Okay, so now we are in our grocery bagging room. And so this is a partnership we have with the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. And we take, again, those big things that need to be broken down. Like, let's say we get a industrial size bag of cheese. Nobody wants 10 pounds of cheddar cheese. I do, I know. All right, that's a lie. Everybody wants 10 pounds of cheddar cheese. But we're able to break that up. We can do it in a serve-safe kitchen, make it more accessible, and then we can build grocery bags out of that. And we deliver these grocery bags. Volunteers come in and they help stuff the bags with all sorts of fresh, nutritious stuff. And then our trucks deliver these bags to our HACP partner sites, the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. And so we're going to do, I think we expect to do about 150,000 pounds of food
Jeez.
bagged and delivered this year this way.
And I was just wondering, we saw some of the volunteers back there. Are there any requirements for being a volunteer?
Yeah, so for volunteering at this site for safety reasons, we want volunteers to be over the age of 18.
18, okay.
Yeah, however, I will say that a lot of our volunteers that do rescues bring their kids with them.
Okay.
We've had scouts do it as their one of their badge projects. So we had one young man who, and I can't remember the numbers now, but his parents drove him because he was not even 16 yet, and he did rescues from a particular giant eagle for like the whole year. He did it every Saturday and racked up, incredible numbers.
Now, is this the only location, or are there other places like they can volunteer if they're not from around Millville, or?
Yeah, so actually, our food rescues happen all across Allegheny County into Westmoreland, Washington, Butler,
wow.
Beaver, even some in Fayette County.
Okay.
So we're all over this area. Yeah.
So they can find a spot.
Yeah, they could find a spot. Yeah. And, the nice thing about volunteering is you can take a regular rescue, like the young man who is doing his, I think, Boy Scout badge, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can say, okay, I want to rescue every Tuesday from the giant eagle that's down the street from me. It's easy. It's on my way to work, fits into my schedule. It's regular like clockwork. I'm comfortable with that. Or if you're like me and you don't want to plan ahead, you can just look at the app whenever you feel so inclined, whenever you have free time, and you can just pick up a rescue, as you want to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it works really well. So no matter what your volunteer preference is, we have something for you.
Awesome. All right, let's keep on going.
Okay.
Okay, so we just made it back upstairs, and
Yeah.
we have an event coming up that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So what I really love about 412 Food Rescue is the fact that it's the community coming together to make it happen, right? So food that goes into a landfill is terrible for the environment. People being hungry, that's not good either. So it takes the food donors donating food. It takes the volunteers picking it up and taking it where it's going. It takes the organizations that are distributing the food to people facing food insecurity. It takes the folks in this kitchen here. It's a community effort to solve two really sticky problems.
Yeah.
And I love that. Well, Give Big Pittsburgh is it's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. And it's when the community of Pittsburgh comes together to support nonprofits. And 412 Food Rescue is just one of the nonprofits participating in that. So I would urge everybody to check out the Give Big Pittsburgh website, to go look and find their local nonprofit. I would love it if people donated to 412 Food Rescue, but there's a ton of other great community organizations as well. And I think it's just important that we come together as a community on that day.
And I'm going to actually get a list from you of different websites and things where people can do it. And I'll put that down in the description. So if you guys are interested, please check out the links down below.
Yeah, great. I love that. And, again, Pittsburgh is its own special thing, right? We all know that. We know that Pittsburghers help Pittsburghers. And 412 Food Rescue is successful because of that. It's a perfect example. Give Big is a day when we can all come together and we can support the community, make it through the next year.
Absolutely. And something that people don't realize is I think it's 1 in 7 people don't get adequate food, or?
Yeah, the number sort of floats around, right? It changes depending on the economy, the time of year, and so on. But food insecurity is something that on average about 1 in 6, between 1 in 6 and 1 in 8 people face.
Which is, that's a high number.
It's a very high number.
So your volunteering can make a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, we saw the sharpest increase in 2023 that we've seen since the Great Recession of whatever year that was in. We've seen food insecurity going up. We all know the cost of groceries is really high, and so people are really hurting. And during the holidays, food insecurity gets even higher. So as does food waste. So it's a perfect opportunity to volunteer for 412 Food Rescue and solve both problems.
And like I said before, this is such a great organization, great cause. And
yeah, and it's kind of really cool because you get 2 for 1, right? I love sales, right? Black Friday is all about bargains.
Black Friday, thrift shopping.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking my language now.
Well, you think about it, when you volunteer, not only are you doing something for the environment and or contributing money to an environmental cause, but you're also doing so for food insecurity. And so it's double your money.
We really didn't get into the environmental cause. How does this help with the environment?
Well, so food in a landfill is actually really terrible. The anaerobic digestion creates methane, which is a really, there's like big fat molecules, right? And so they trap a lot of heat. So they really accelerate climate change, and which is hard to believe, right?
Yeah, you never would think that.
No, food in a landfill creates more climate change gases than global air travel.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
wild?
That is, yeah.
Everybody talks about Taylor Swift's
Yeah.
jet while they're throwing
Yeah,
food in the garbage.
Yeah, they talk about Taylor Swift and cows. That's what you hear about.
Exactly. Well, then also all of the resources that went into producing that food, right? So your cows, right? All the methane that they produce, plus all the water, the fossil fuel for transporting them, all of the
Even
other energy,
packaging.
right? All of that stuff, right? When you throw that food away, you have to do that again to feed somebody. So you've actually basically doubled the footprint of your food when you throw something away.
Crazy point to think about.
Yeah. So really, it is really imperative that we stop wasting food globally. And food recovery is a great way to make that environmental impact, but then again, also help your community. So like I said, it's BOGO. It's buy one, get one free. You know, you're helping one cause, and then for free, you get to help a second one.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for showing me around and taking me through a tour of this great facility.
Oh, it was so much fun. Thank you so much for coming in today.
And like I said, I hope that some of you guys do volunteer because they could use the help. And it doesn't even have to be with 412 Food Rescue.
Absolutely.
You know what? Just make it a habit of volunteering.
Yeah, get out in your community and do something.
If this isn't
takes
your
all
thing,
of us.
maybe the Humane Society or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, there's so many great causes out there. And again, so like when you go to the Big Give website, you know, if 412 Food Rescue just doesn't tickle your fancy, if we're not your cup of tea, there's something there that's doing great work in the community and you can find your cause.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. And again, I want to give a huge thank you to 412 Food Rescue for having me out here today. What an amazing, amazing group of people. What an amazing charity. And thank you guys too. I hope you guys are having an amazing Thanksgiving. And big things are coming up. I have a big road trip planned for a couple days from now. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Be kind to each other, and I'll see you all on the next adventure. Bye, guys.